where two eras of pro wrestling fans collide, where one acknowledges his tribal chief and the other one acknowledges the excellence of execution, where one believes you can't see him and the other one is the voice of the voiceless. This is the Powerbomb. I'm JP. This is Anthony V. What's going on, Powerbomb Nation? This is your boy JP. This is the Powerbomb. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button right there for more wrestling content. But I haven't been on for a while, but I am making a new video, and we are going to be talking mainly about AEW, a little bit of WWE, and kind of what I thought about the wrestlers in their portrayals as their Happy Gilmore 2 characters. But let's get into this right off the bat. AEW is using MJF the right way, and I think if you watch the show and you saw the ratings, that AEW is actually getting more viewers, and Happy Gilmore 2 has to be a absolute driving point, even though AEW is killing it right now in their programming, sprinkling MJF throughout the show, having him involved with the Hurt Syndicate storyline, having him involved in the Hangman Page storyline, having him involved with Mark Briscoe. I think this is perfect utilization of MJF, sprinkling him throughout the show because that is AEW's cash cow, and that is who they have to use in order to get the viewers. He was in Happy Gilmore 2. Was his character anything special? No. He played a meathead fight boy, and that's what we got in the movie. So that's exactly what you get when you watch MJF. So it is what it is, and the AEW company is using MJF the right way now, and I'm excited to see where this goes. Now, I think back to All In and the Hangman Page Jon Moxley storyline and how they took the title off Moxley and put it on Hangman, and in the moment, it was cool. You know, Hangman won the championship. We got that championship out of the briefcase. Now all the fans can see it. But was it the right move? And I ask this because Darby Allin is back from Mount Everest. He did climb Mount Everest. That is a huge accomplishment. I don't know if anybody has Googled climbing Mount Everest, but it takes like 3 months. Like, it's no joke. And each summit takes about 3 to 4 days to get to. So, I mean, hats off to Darby Allin for doing that. He is one crazy motherfucker. But now I ask this. Would AEW get that moment with any wrestler, to be honest? Like, were we just so happy to get that title off of Hangman Adam Page? I mean to get that title off of Jon Moxley, that anybody could have done that, if you think about this. Like, we already saw Hangman Adam Page with that championship back in 2021 when he took it off Kenny Omega, and that was a great moment. But we've already seen him as a champion. We have never seen Darby Allin as a champion, and now I think about like how much more important it could have been if we did not pull the title off Moxley and we saved it for Darby Allin. And hear me out. So MJF has this brief, has his contract. He has his guaranteed championship match that he can invoke whenever he wants, very similar to Money in the Bank that Seth Rollins just did. So thinking about what Seth Rollins did to CM Punk, we had a great moment with CM Punk winning that championship. The emotion, the accomplishment, all of that we felt with Punk after he won that championship 10 years later on SummerSlam in a hell of a contest with Gunther that went 30 minutes, an absolute banger. And then I think to myself, WWE used Seth Rollins perfectly. They faked the injury. They did everything to throw us off the scent. And we have a new champion in CM Punk. And then you do the cash-in where you take all that away from us with Seth Rollins. That was done brilliantly, and it invoked emotion. I was pissed. It evoked me to no end. I was mad as hell. But now going back on it, it's the right move. It's the right move. So now, AEW, did you have a misstep here? And I'm not going to discredit you because we all wanted that championship off of Jon Moxley. We were tired of seeing it in a briefcase. We wanted it to be shown finally, and Hangman finally got it out of the briefcase. However, if you think about this, you can still have that Texas death match with Hangman. He did win the Owen Invitational. He did earn the right to get that championship match against Jon Moxley. But let's play devil's advocate, and he doesn't beat Moxley. Okay? He doesn't beat Moxley. We don't even bring Darby Allin back at All In because we just got that cash in. We just got that Casino Battle Royal match where MJF ended up winning. So we don't bring Darby Allin back at all. We bring Darby Allin back at Forbidden Door. We give Moxley another title defense. He ends up winning. It could be against Hangman. It could be against Ospreay. I don't care who it is. But we get to the end of Forbidden Door, and they hit the lights, which they haven't done in a while. So hats off to AEW. They stopped doing the lights off, lights on segments. So they bring Darby Allin back, lights on, lights off, and Darby Allin's in the ring. They hit the lights off, lights on again. Moxley's in the ring. He just saw Darby, so he's like, where the hell's Darby? Lights off, lights on. Darby's up in the rafters. And they just keep building this and building it until we get to All Out, which is AEW's biggest show besides All In and Double or Nothing. So we get to that. And Darby Allin and Moxley have hit a boiling point. It's time. It's time for them to finally have their match. Darby and Moxley for the championship. Moxley and Darby end up having this huge match. It's amazing. False finishes galore. Darby Allin jumping off a bunch of insane spots. Like, just absolutely crazy. Darby Allin wins the match. 2 coffin drops. Boom, boom. Hits Moxley. Boom, boom. Gets the win. The referee goes to give him the briefcase that has the championship inside of it. Darby goes to open it. Hit MJF's music. Not only do we give them a moment of Darby Allin possibly being the first guy to take that championship out of that briefcase, but you have MJF cash in on Darby Allin, who's been waiting his whole AEW career to finally feel this championship, and he doesn't even get it out of the briefcase before MJF hits his music, and he comes down. MJF ends up winning, taking that title off of Darby, and MJF looks like he's about to open the briefcase and take that out, and he doesn't do it. Folks, that's a moment right there, and AEW could have had that moment. Yes, we were tired of Moxley having that championship. Yes, he had it for way too long. Yes, we wanted it out of the briefcase. But here's the problem. We didn't care who took it out of the briefcase, as long as somebody did. It could have been anybody. Which is why I feel they might have screwed up a little bit with Hangman Adam Page winning at All In. I think you could have saved that moment for Darby Allin, so you get that huge emotional investment by the fans in Darby Allin to take down Moxley, the guy that started it all, and then you have MJF cash in his contract. I think that would have been perfect. Can we still get to that? Not as long as Hangman has that championship, because you can't do a Hangman Darby Allin match. You just can't do that. It doesn't work. So, AEW, I get what you did. You needed to get that belt off Moxley, you put it on Hangman. I get it. I just feel Darby Allin would have been a better call, seeing as how he just survived Mount Everest, and he is the absolute flag bearer and the heart and soul of All Elite Wrestling. That's all I'm saying. Now let's gears, and apparently we are looking at a possible program between Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Championship. Now here's my worry on this. Drew McIntyre's character is beyond being just somebody to feed to Cody Rhodes. The feud he had with CM Punk, the feud he's having with Randy, like his care in putting him with Logan Paul was absolutely genius, because we all hate Logan Paul. His drink is terrible. And I mean, are we a little jealous of him? Sure, we're jealous of an absolute moron that took advantage of our feeble minds and peddled off this prime energy drink and fixed all his boxing fights because he can't fight to save his ass. So, I mean, yeah, it's a little bit of jealousy. But Drew McIntyre is not just somebody we should feed to Cody Rhodes. I feel there's way more Drew McIntyre than just being another stepping stone in the story of Cody Rhodes and being the undisputed champion. I'm hoping that this can go somewhere for Drew McIntyre. Obviously, the plan is not to take the title off Cody Rhodes anytime soon. But now we have to start thinking about Crown Jewel. And when you have that Crown Jewel Championship match where it's the champion of Raw and the champion of SmackDown, like the World Heavyweight Championship versus the Undisputed Championship, what's your match? Where's the big money that Australia is going to want? Now, obviously, they're doing Logan Paul and John Cena in Paris, so they get that big match. But obviously, they're saving Brock Lesnar for Crown Jewel, you would think. Crown Jewel, Brock Lesnar, John Cena, it just makes sense. That's where the money's at. But Drew McIntyre should not be overlooked here. Obviously, they're not going to put Drew over in Australia. But is Drew going to be a champion down the road? I mean, his character is phenomenal. His promo work has been amazing. Like, Punk really took him to another level in that feud. And Drew stepped up to that level. It wasn't just Punk, but Drew stepped up to that level. He went toe-to-toe with the best in the world on the mic and in the ring. And they had 3 amazing matches. One at SummerSlam, one at, what was that one? Bash in Berlin, and then, obviously, the Hell in the Cell. So Drew McIntyre has absolutely done a phenomenal job of getting his character over, but I don't think he should be a sacrificial lamb just so Cody Rhodes can get another title win under his belt. Cody Rhodes just defeated John Cena in an amazing match. Absolutely amazing match. Like, hats off to that one. They really went all out for that one. And then Drew and Logan got that win over Jelly Roll and Randy Orton, which I was kind of surprised. I didn't see Jelly Roll losing, but the fact that Jelly Roll actually wanted to lose actually gives me some respect for him. He knows the business. He knows how the business works. So hats off to him. But Drew should just not be a stepping stone. I feel his character is way too over to just be a stepping stone. So is it going to be cool to see Cody and Drew in a program? Yes, but let's just not all of a sudden dismiss Drew McIntyre thinking that Cody Rhodes is just going to keep this title, which we all know he is, because that's the money man right now for WWE is Cody Rhodes. It sure as hell isn't Seth Rollins. But now that we segue to Seth Rollins, are we looking at a possible fatal 4-way in Paris between Punk, LA Knight, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins? I think so. I think that's a huge match for that PLE. Obviously, Seth wins. I don't see, you don't do all that work. Plus, you can also have, because it's a fatal 4-way, so you don't have to, so you can get Bronson Reed involved, you get Braun Breaker involved, Paul Heyman involved. Like, I could see all the ways of this going. It's definitely, LA Knight's definitely not winning this championship. Because for some reason, they're afraid to give LA Knight that complete push. Like, they're afraid to give him that complete push. Once you do the whole LA Knight, yeah, and then you watch the match, is he really that captivating in the ring? Does he do anything special? Not really. Like, he's got his shtick, and that's fine and all. Like, you draw money with that, you sell tickets with that, but in the ring, do you buy him as a legit professional wrestler? I really don't. I never really get excited for a LA Knight match. I play along with the game and I say, LA Knight, yeah, but when the bell rings, he doesn't do anything that really moves the needle. He's very vanilla in the ring if you actually think about it. So you're not going to put the championship on him. Punk just lost via a cash-in by Seth Rollins. I don't see you putting the championship on Punk. Is he going to sell this match to no end? Absolutely. This is going to be an absolute banger with him, and you're definitely not putting the title on Roman Reigns. I'm sorry for all you Roman Reigns fans out there that think he's going to win the championship shortly. He's not. Buckle your seatbelts. It's going to be a time until the Tribal Chief gets his championship back. And you know why? Because wrestlers like CM Punk and Roman Reigns do not need that championship to be relevant in any type of storyline. There's no storyline where it's like, oh, we have to get this title on Punk. This only works if Punk's the champion. There's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. Punk is so over. Roman is so over. But people like Seth and LA Knight, LA Knight doesn't need the title. It'd be nice for him to get one so we can actually believe that he could be a champion. But Seth is absolutely one of those characters that needs a freaking championship. I'm sorry. The whole whoa thing, it's getting old, guys. Like, can we get him a new song by now? Like, it's time to get him a new song. I'm so sick and tired of the whoa thing. Like, we need to go back to the days when wrestling fans just booed because it was what needed to happen. I don't like today's WWE fans. They just play along to everything. It's Tiffy time. Whoa, whoa, OTC, OTC. These things are getting played out. The wrestling fans you're lazy. I'm going to say it right now, you're lazy. You play along to every single thing WWE does. You never bat an eye. You just go along with every catchphrase. Paul Heyman is a villain. Paul Heyman doesn't want you saying, my name is Paul Heyman. He don't want you hearing that. He doesn't want to hear that. A true heel doesn't get cheered and they don't get played along with by the crowd. That's not how a heel works. So WWE has to do a better job of creating heels. Because right now, they don't have heels that are that villainous to make the WWE Universe despise them to the point where it's like, we're not even going to say your catchphrase. I don't want to hear from you. No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything from you. No thank you. Now let's get to this next thing. Everybody is losing their minds over the Nikki Bella Becky Lynch segment from Monday Night Raw, where Becky and Nikki had a back and forth, and Nikki kept saying that she keeps seeing that insecure little girl that was in developmental, but now obviously Becky Lynch is a big name. She's multi-time champion, intercontinental champion, WWE champion, and Nikki Bella is just Nikki Bella. And so they're having this back and forth, and Becky Lynch hits the absolute double whammy. Don't talk about my hot husband. We are the greatest wrestling couple in the WWE. Don't be mad because that could have been you, but you can't see him anymore. Now, see, that was an absolute kill shot to Nikki Bella. And Nikki Bella is not great on the mic to begin with. And the fact that Nikki Bella actually showed tears during this, like she kind of fought it away, but you could see her grab her eye. Like that one stung a little. Was it a shocking thing? Not really. Not really. I mean, we've seen these types of promos in AEW. WWE normally doesn't do this, but now with that whole Unreal show going on, like you're gonna start to see some more of this stuff sprinkled in to kind of throw you off the scent. Like, ooh, was that okay to say? Was it not okay to say? So we're gonna get some more of that stuff. But this was an absolute kill shot to Nikki Bella, and I am not bought in on Nikki Bella's character. I don't like Nikki Bella. I never liked the Bella twins. Every time I see Nikki Bella, I immediately get transported back to that 2010, 2011 era of Divas Wrestling where it was just hot garbage. Hot garbage. So, I have no interest in seeing her go for the Intercontinental Championship. I don't want her going for the Intercontinental Championship. I would rather just keep being Becky and Lyra. I could keep watching that feud for a year. I don't need to see Nikki Bella. I don't understand why Nikki Bella even came back. And also, Becky Lynch, I want you to pump the brakes, okay? You keep talking about how you were in Happy Gilmore too. And yes, you were. And I got news for you. You overacted. Like, you were trying so hard to get noticed in that movie, and it just came off as desperate and pathetic, and I could care less about it. Like, Becky Lynch, like, stop acting like you're this big top star. Let's be honest. Yes, Becky Lynch got the ball and she ran with it, but let's be honest. Nia Jax doesn't break Becky Lynch's nose. Do we even know who the hell Becky Lynch is? Honestly, do we? She got punched in the face by Nia Jax. She got her opportunity. She ran with it. Hats off to her. But let's be honest. I am not a Becky Lynch fan. And yeah, you can say the whole, like, I'm a Punk fan, so I don't like anything about Seth Rollins. And I get it. But even before that, like, she's no Charlotte. And she's no Alexa Bliss. And she's no Mercedes Moné. She is the weakest out of the four horsewomen. And yeah, I'm saying it. I don't even care. You can all hate on Bayley all you want, but Bayley is phenomenal in the ring, and she is phenomenal on the mic. And I would rather Bayley than Becky Lynch any day of the week, and twice on Sunday. And you can all come at me all you want, but that is how I feel. All right, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. This was the Powerbomb. I'm JP. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button and have a great rest of your night.